Have you seen the new CPI inflation report that just got released? It's clear that the Fed is not winning its battle with inflation, but they are winning the war against the overheating housing market as of today. Some new numbers show mortgage demand slowing. Mortgage applications decreased 2% from the prior week, and according to the Mortgage Bankers Association, mortgage rates are now higher. They're at 7.1% for a 30-year fixed mortgage for people with good credit. That is the highest since 2006. People trying to refinance their home loan, you're not immune to this either. Refis are taking a huge hit and they're down by 86% compared to this same week last year. Now, the question you may be asking yourself is, sir, where's the good news as it pertains to this housing market? So for you buyers, here's some good news. Deals are being done. Motivated sellers are actually entertaining offers that they would not have considered 3 months ago. In fact, I have 2 clients that just got amazing deals right here in the greater Charlotte area. So deals are being made. You just have to be aggressive and not get too discouraged when you hear no. Realtor.com recently released an article going over 10 cities, 10, where prices are falling the fastest right here in the United States. So please take note because you may live in one of these cities. It includes Austin, Texas, where prices are down over 10% since just June of this year. Phoenix, Arizona, which is down 9.9%, Palm Bay, Florida, and Charleston, South Carolina. And rounding out the top 5 is Ogden, Utah. The other cities on the list is Denver, Colorado, Stockton, California, Durham, North Carolina, and Spokane, Washington. So make sure you keep an eye out on your local market. And I'm not talking about your state or your city or even zip code. I'm talking about very, very local. I'm talking about the subdivisions that you're interested in, because housing markets are not created equal. And one area of a specific city or town may be selling at all-time highs still, while just around the corner, there's an area that is a buyer's market. So you have to do your homework and not rely on generic information when it pertains to where you actually want to buy or sell real estate. Now on that list, I saw some cities in Florida and North Carolina. And I started this video off talking about a cooling housing market, but it's very important to point out that there is still a lot of demand for housing right now. And even though Wall Street is predicting or lowering their expectations regarding housing prices, for example, Morgan Stanley recently said home prices are going to drop between now and the end of 2023 by about 7%. And I know that news sounds pretty amazing right now for you potential buyers, but after you look at it, you will see that if homes decline by 7% by the end of 2023, meaning a whole 12 to 14 months from now, that just puts us back at pricing at the beginning of 2022. And if you thought pricing was high then, remember, mortgage rates at that time was as low as 3.2%. And right now, they're over 7%. And I don't think they're going to get down to 3% by the end of 2023. Demand is starting to fall a bit, and a lot of that has to do with the higher mortgage rates that I referenced in the beginning of the video. 30-year fixed right now is at 7.1%, the highest since 2006. Let's quickly look at what other banks are predicting. I mentioned Morgan Stanley's prediction earlier, but also Goldman Sachs is saying they expect home prices to fall anywhere from 5 to 10% next year. Wells Fargo is saying they expect about a 5% price drop as well. But then when you look at Zillow, now I understand Zillow has been incredibly wrong in the past, so take this with a grain of salt. Zillow is actually expecting home prices to go up next year. And I believe the housing market will depend largely on interest rates. People are concerned about their monthly payments, and if rates continue to go up, that will cause a further paralysis in the housing market. In fact, I'm not ruling out mortgage rates hitting 8% because core inflation is up and Americans have shown 2 things in the past year. The first thing is Americans, they're earning more income. They're getting raises. And the second thing is Even with inflation sky high, Americans are not stopping their spending habits. So until the Fed has beaten inflation, which our recent job numbers and CPI report indicates they have not beaten inflation and they're nowhere near winning that war, we should not expect interest rates to come down. And I believe the Fed thinks it still has a lot more work to do, and we can expect several more rate hikes by the end of this year. To combat significant increases in mortgage rates, home buyers are pursuing adjustable rate mortgages, and they're locking in a rate for about 5 years, and those home buyers are betting on lower interest rates in the future. Now, there was a recent report highlighting what they thought was the riskiest cities in real estate, not just in the US, but worldwide. And Toronto, Canada, was on the list, as well as Frankfurt, but top 10 on the list was Miami. Now, that was shocking because of what cities in the US was not on the list. Cities that weren't on the list was Phoenix, Arizona, Austin, Texas, or San Francisco. Be sure to follow me for real estate updates and tips, as well as information on personal finance. Also, check out one of these 2 videos next. I'm Sir Ashley. Talk soon.
Talk to me now.